Hello and welcome to another edition of the Winedown video blogs. I am your host Ben Franco. Today we have two Beaujolais. Beaujolais are wonderful drinking wines. Oftentimes gets overshadowed by Burgundy. So within the Burgundy wine region, Beaujolais is part of that region. But again, the finer wines of Burgundy often overshadow it. In Beaujolais, the main grape that we speak of is Gamay. Oftentimes when people think of Beaujolais, they think of Beaujolais Nouveau, and that's oftentimes another overshadowing factor of Beaujolais. There's some other more interesting wines than the Nouveau. Within the Beaujolais region, there are 10 crus. We have 2 of them today. So these are like different areas, basically district named crus of Beaujolais. And they are all located in the northern part of Beaujolais region, and in the north is mostly granite and schist soils, and Gamay seems to be much more interesting on that soil type. In the south, where a lot of the Nouveau comes from and just standard Beaujolais, that's where we have more of a limestone base, and Gamay seems to just be fairly ordinary on that type of soil. Alright, so we're going to start off here. The first wine, get it up there, it is the Chateau Bonnet, and it's Julienas, and it's coming in at $19.99. So this is one of the crus. So the Julienas is one of the crus in Beaujolais. Beautiful red, purple color. Again, Beaujolais, we're kind of expecting a lighter bodied wine, and it is. You can definitely see your fingers through it, but it has a lot of brightness to it. It's really a beautiful colored wine. Let's give it a little sniff. And the fruit on this wine is very, very bright, meaning it's fresh. It's not overripe. It's just perfectly fresh, just freshly ripe. Really more kind of acidic fruits, like some cranberries, some pomegranate. It does get into some red fruits as well. There's definitely like some cherry fruit in there, and then we get into some more of the candied fruits, and then we're kind of getting past that, and there's some candied fruits in there. So imagine if you took these fruits and then you candied them. That's kind of what I'm kind of seeing here. Oftentimes they use some different methods to vinify the wines in Beaujolais, but carbonic maceration is a very largely used kind of term and wine fermentation method in Beaujolais, but I don't believe this wine has gone through that, and I don't believe this wine has seen any oak either. So really just fresh, bright fruit here. Like I said, kind of raspberries and then red cherries. Kind of a hint, like a little tiny hint of like an earthiness within the wine as well. In the mouth, very fresh, very vibrant. Some of those flavors we talked about coming through as well. Something that also comes through, tannin. There's tannin there, but it's very, very light. The finish is very long, but there's also like a little complexity to this wine. There's stuff happening, and you want to go back to it. So it's really a really nice wine, and for the quality that you're getting here for $20, I think it's a really well-made wine. I had to drink the rest of it because I forgot dump cup, but no matter. Alright, next wine. So this is another cru within Beaujolais. This one is from Morgon. This is coming in at $23.99. So this wine I know does see a little bit of older oak. So whether or not it picks up any flavors, we'll see. Color-wise, this one is definitely a little bit darker, and that could be possibly, getting possibly because of that oak aging, could have picked up a little bit more color. Definitely a little bit less bright, a little bit more dull on the color on this one. The fruit here is definitely on we went from kind of red and tart to more black fruits here. And there is that tiny hint of kind of like wood aroma. There could be like a hint of vanilla and just a hint of kind of just like real wood. That candied thing I talk about, that is still present here, and that candied aroma to me when I try Beaujolais is my tip off to Beaujolais is that, that's kind of like if I'm a blind tasting or whatever, that's one of the things I'm looking for. It's got a wonderful, wonderful aroma. That it's kind of like sour cherry, black fruits, and then that hint of vanilla and spice in there. It's really, really just makes you want to really keep coming back to it. Tart cherries, some of those flavors we talked about as well, that I can definitely taste like a little hint of vanilla, like it's not strong or anything. There's definitely some earthiness to this wine as well. But then beyond that, this wine definitely has a little bit more muscle than the Julienas did. This one has a little bit more tannin and it's a little bit more forward. So Beaujolais I guess what I'm trying to say is, in different areas of Beaujolais, if you see Moulin event, that area also can get some really more powerful Beaujolais. So Beaujolais does not necessarily have to be a very light-bodied, easy drinking wine. It can also be something with a little bit more backbone and a little bit more bones to it. So try them out, see what you think. For the price here, we're talking $19.99 to $23.99. Really good value here. Really great wines. You can use Beaujolais in place of like Pinot Noir if you're making some lighter dishes, chicken, pork, white meats. Wonderful, wonderful wine. This is a wine that you should be on everybody's Thanksgiving tables and during that kind of New Year. But pick them up. All right, we'll see you next time on Winedown.